Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight I want to tell you a story that's a little different, a little unsettling. It's about a house in New Hamburg, New York, and the strange figures that once sat on its porch. This is the story of the Mannequins of the John Lawson House. On Main Street in New Hamburg, history isn't just in the past. It feels alive. Nestled among the old colonial homes is the John Lawson House. A silent witness since 1845, its walls have seen more than their fair share of tragedy, fire, and something that just refuses to leave. It all started with the promise of progress, the railroad. Back in the late 1800s, trains were the future, but they also brought a new kind of danger. On a cold February night in 1871, that danger became a horrifying reality. A northbound passenger train and a southbound freight train carrying oil were on a collision course. A broken coupling sent the freight train's oil spilling across the tracks. The red warning lights flared, but it was too late. The impact ignited a massive wall of fire, with flames shooting 200 feet into the night sky. 22 people lost their lives in the inferno, their final moments unfolding just yards from the Lawson House. Just 6 years later, fire struck again. This time, it swept through the entire block, consuming 7 buildings in its path. But amidst the devastation, one structure miraculously survived. The John Lawson House stood untouched. Some called it incredible luck. Others, however, began to whisper that something was protecting it, something unseen. Decades went by, and the house became a local landmark known for its resilience. And then the mannequins appeared. For more than 10 years, 3 life-sized female mannequins sat silently on the porch, posed as if in the middle of a quiet conversation. They were always dressed in antique clothing, their outfits changing with the seasons. One day, a birdcage might appear beside them. The next, one might be holding a book or wearing a delicate pair of gloves. They would appear and disappear with the weather, almost as if they were following some mysterious, unspoken rule. But what truly creeped people out was how their positions would change. Each morning, they would be facing a different direction. Sometimes they'd be looking towards the train station, a grim reminder of the disaster. Other times they'd be turned towards a neighboring house. And on some days, their blank painted eyes would be fixed directly on anyone walking by. Locals started swapping stories. Some said the owner was moving them, but others swore they moved on their own, their positions shifting in the dead of night. The most popular theory was that the mannequins were vessels, inhabited by the restless spirits of those who died in the railway fire, forever caught between the sight of their tragic end and the house that mysteriously survived. You know that strange, unsettling feeling you get when you see something that looks almost human, but not quite? That's called the uncanny valley. It's not just a fear of something fake. It's a deep, primal fear of an imitation that's just a little too close to the real thing. And these mannequins lived right in that uncanny valley. By 2016, the figures were gone, removed as suddenly as they had appeared. Some people dismissed the whole thing as a long-running art project, a clever installation designed to get people talking. Others believe it was a warning, a silent tribute to the town's tragic past. But whatever their purpose was, the atmosphere around that old house has never been the same. Even now, when you walk past that empty porch, the air feels heavy, thick with memory and unspoken stories. So if you ever find yourself on Main Street in New Hamburg, maybe don't stare too long at the John Lawson House. The mannequins might be gone, but in that quiet little town, you get the feeling that some eyes never stop watching. Thanks for listening to my story tonight. If you enjoyed it and want to hear more tales from the shadows, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, sleep tight.